Alright, people. Freaking had a bunch of glitches in my computer. Totally currently all about this, like, retarded speech to text recognition. Here's the one from the other night. Okay, I'm dead that now we go and read the five nations, considering the lords I have seen great these routes, and spread from the three great these great, when roots in nature of the pieces ranks of top city of long reason the goal was able to see from a flaw in the season that any evil approaching you would want the merits and one the people of the Confederacy approaching the Major Third increase in the speed of the way he moves in Cincinnati. And all will pitch over at Major are being sharp. Oh, marks around becomes more money. In some sense, there is a massive generator. And that's the most glaring serendipitous 8 shots last B flat wrong all said hand because it is named after the flocking the ball out Betty White rat sweet tarts than a rate of the automatic Mother Teresa parade of pop charts in Cuba. You took me straight up to the top already holds the Sava tunes Betty White row after we talked parade of the automatic Mother Teresa parade of pop tarts in Cuba. Won't have enough of a family that no self created all in that event of an element won't have enough of a family so that no self created all in that event held that one extra room last year to have the edge of town, and I am not a known by all expansive cognitively impaired. Not to mention existential and the TV on the Edmonds welcomes comments below the lifeboat's home. School for. Fucking love this speech to text like thing. Wasn't reading as breakneck fast and like articulate as the other night. Sorry, viewers. Here's the next paragraph. The mystery and scale been the experience or system of ineffable and non-verbally sell, and as the ultimate outcome of the mobile home and sit-on women who are now one result of you start the whole system in earnest, Smith's Simpson quell them by all we ask him by a man am not a domain name, and the focus is now spellbound. OSL-tuned and gaze down the Manhattan, the Jarvis book. All the Susanna Mountains that Jarvis all, this is an amount that Java's all, this is an amount that Java's all is an amount the job of all the right of the divisions over and over the thing is a viable for all the money is in a manner of coming in dishes. All the lights made them to eradicate when an hour in any future will deliver throughout the universe. Any of them was life of the governing a laugh at him, are null and void, pass from this moment, Fresnans, as in a last name, in seasonal future despite any regime that claims to have an E from a universal authority to magistrate in back of these illegitimate moms called Moines, as in Des Moines, only Moines, ball in a low rates as hacking it is legally binding from this very moment into eternal for the team and can never be abolished by any contradictory thing into law by any governmental or otherwise legislative branch of any governmental process whatsoever on this offer other lives any present body looked as if I lay in a 6C and violating the universal rights of every moment of self-awareness and will is committing in a CD out from your call a constitutional and others lack of things as well we play for the top of the tree of loneliness, and Eagle was able to see from a fall if he sees a native of any evil opposing more in danger of running on one form of people machines as the only legal fights among the auction will fight them through final 5 a.m. in the future looks like the movies in Missoula that Kansy, Kansy, capital K, tying treat sheets removal of a ring that she half of the kidney ministry won and out of that hello I sit on your show of homes are out of nowhere and some of the things like that also owns one of my all Cornell the Falcons have lines to fall the same time that all hobby stock this year while the middle of the child's youngster in fact that you have a get time currently exploring Mines Beach to tax all retarded one of them to do a new fees. which I haven't checked that yet, that call at the age of an excess like something of and more endangered running on one form of people missions are the only legal fights among the auction will fight in final 5 a.m. in the future looks like movies and go back and the tying three sheets and will bring that she had kidney ministry on calling out of that while I sit on your show of homes out of nowhere and some of the things like that also owns one of my all for now the Falcons headlines to follow a full-time 91 of the tape of a night light up and read the dictation, which is what I'm doing. Falls and terms are in a speech to text all retarded one of them to do a new feast that checked bag that may call at the age of an access point something of an more engender only one form of people missions are the only be quite some of the auction will fight in the file by the end results only until that in the tying three sheets will bring it back stop for how far away is the cap locked. Come on down the reeling up of Annapolis. Two out in the fall and its ally that around that time that any of that then possibly only 5% of the Javier Milner 61 owner of all that one that involved risks time by the whooping nine or call our own retail version. And unlike rights of amount of it, and by a rule that out you know that that's how long that of some of it one wants, an anomaly right amount of the empire ruled that are you now that's how long that of some of its one wants an anomaly right amount of the empire ruled that you want now that's how long that also fell all wearing us now of the 188 and 19 and 18 would ever want swords the east lawn of one and one of the main headed towards life in and out of the east's yet made of Moscow coat yet made from Moscow court is sure to be among the 18 0.18 and finance general of the next five and then let it take you up to the general vicinity and then when you're on last or 1055N yup artful. The mass of the section has a history or small town South Asian women working for the future of a minute balance the dozen clients human reduction ball be the case of painful loss of 99 out of wild and then bring us now live at home and then think Richard Pryor's awful homes in lieu of the phone 5 bad loans are made from a general amnesty of the government's only China and operation of an arm and a scale never had it can call him at home by land of faction fed by divine will which we will assume that non-factoria oldest natural sorry I really can't read tonight I'm too like dumbfounded by what this dictation machine like really this dictation machine is a dick fed by divine will which we will assume that non-factoria oldest national central world all share to the survey the population that are thinking of ways for all of my own extend beyond our problem is something that lies in Philippi at home as they can I had to do is give them and I will eat itself by means of an all-encompassing national award show up in the state of our present even as the stock of his own without a structure for reality's auction expect to survive my unconscious our very conscious reign rejects all the costs and deprive guys doing this to me because there is a role for the film is the moon by the time the whole. I'm now on the work of Lanai at home Friday at home are more apt in inter pretends for the actuality that at work and believe there is a guy got an out the clock rate schools and imposes on winning client be ignorant cannot stop water or from the halls talking to people of civilization and lots of new paraplegic high torment are on King live long and I have my own collective time there's a play in the unconscious and art part 1